Hello, welcome to the live or the live replay if you're watching it. It's been a hot minute. I hope you guys have been doing well, and I've just been traveling so much that I haven't really made the time to go live like I normally do. So hopefully we can catch up. I can teach you guys a little bit about Amazon FBA, and you can ask whatever questions you have down in the comments or in the question box. Actually, the question box would be better. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask them. But to get started, let me just tell you real quick what it is I do for a living and give you a little bit of a rundown of how the whole thing works. So I saw on Amazon using a method called private label, which is where you buy products in bulk, you put your logo on the products, and then you resell it for more than what you bought them for. So that is the business model. But then I also utilize something called FBA, or fulfillment by Amazon, where Amazon does all the deliveries for me, so I never have to actually touch my products, and I'm very hands-off when it comes to my business. I make really great money, and I also teach people how to sell on Amazon too. So that is basically it. Where can I even start / go? So let's talk about Amazon Prime Day, because that's coming up on July 23rd this year. They're doing a little bit later than normal, and I expect to, have really good results for that day. But I was talking about this today actually on our student call in the private group, that Amazon Prime Day, it doesn't hit the same for everyone. Like for me in the past, I've had my highest sales days outside of Q4 during Amazon Prime Day. Like my first $10,000 day was on Amazon Prime Day. So it definitely is a good opportunity to make a lot of money on one specific day. But at the same time, certain niches won't have a huge uptick in sales depending on what it is you're selling. Like certain categories and certain niches will have much better results than others. So for me personally, I sell in the health and household category. My stuff is products that you might have in your house. It's like kind of more everyday products. And so I definitely see an uptick for Amazon Prime Day. But if you're selling something that's more for like a specific type of hobby, you might not see as big of an uptick. It just kind of depends on what it is that you're selling. So anyway, that's that. I'm excited for Prime Day. It's still a little over a month away, so there's definitely time to kind of prepare for that. But anyone who is launching, just be aware that Prime Day, there is a lot more activity on Amazon. So you may or may not run out of stock faster than you normally would if you launch right around Prime Day. So just something to keep in mind. Is baby wraps a good product to start? You'd have to look up the numbers using Helium 10, which is the software that I recommend for Amazon product research. Can you tell us your first product that made you 10K? No, because I'm still selling it. My first two products I ever sold on Amazon were in the nail niche. So it was a nail file and a nail buffer, and I do have a YouTube video where I talk about that. So my YouTube channel is Learn with Abby, and I show you the product and kind of what went wrong and the reason why I don't sell that product anymore. And then I also have another product that I sold, which was a cuticle pusher and cuticle oil. That was the second product, and I also don't sell that anymore either. But my currently sold products, I don't share those. I have 6 of them. And actually, I was going to kind of wait to tell you guys this because I don't know if I'm going to do it yet or not, but I got a very, very, very good offer for someone to purchase both of my brands. So I don't know if I'm seriously going to entertain it, but I do have some rough numbers of what I would be looking at as far as what I'd make for selling off the brands. And it's looking hard to turn down, but at the same time, I just feel like if I hold out another year or two, I'll be able to get so much more. So I don't know. I'm considering it, but I just wanted to put it out there because obviously you guys know that I do still currently sell on Amazon, but I do get offers, and it is tempting because, people are offering these large amounts of money. When I say large, I mean large, to buy my brands. And so it's interesting to kind of see what they're actually worth, but Is selling clothes easier on Amazon? I don't recommend selling clothes for a first product for a beginner. The problem with clothing is that it gets returned at a really high rate. So if you want to sell clothing items, you can. You just have to be aware that people, tend to return them more often than not. And Amazon's return policy is so skewed towards the buyer. They have such a long time to return the product. They have a whole 30 days. And it's just, in my opinion, going to be more hassle than anything to sell clothing items. So I highly recommend that you look for a different product. Of course, the choice is yours, but I've done this for a long time. I've helped a lot of people launch their Amazon businesses. In fact, we actually have a member of our program who shared with us on our call today, and she posted a photo in our private Facebook group. She just hit 10K for the last 30 days. So I'm very, very happy for her. Can you please repeat where you said to check the products? Yep, the software is called Helium 10, and I have it linked in my bio if you want a discount. Okay. Hold out another year. I need you to keep teaching until I get through your program. Yeah, no, for sure. Honestly, I don't see myself selling them. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell one brand and not the other, just so I can continue to just milk the other one for as long. I hate to say it like that because it just makes it sound like I just don't care about it. I do. It's just a simple fact that I'm kind of weighing two options. So let me ask you guys, if you could make, and these are fictional numbers, but they are big numbers realistically, but just to keep it simple, would you rather sell a brand that makes you, let's call it $500K a year in profit? Would you sell that brand for $2 million, but it's making you $500K a year in profit? But you still have to obviously run the business, like you have to run the brand. Or would you sell it for $2 million? Is it easier to pack and ship your own products or have someone do it for you? Way easier to have Amazon do it for you. You have to pay them to do it, but I highly recommend that you just let Amazon do it. It's easier and it'll help you scale more quickly. Baby wraps seem good after looking up Jungle Scout numbers, but I feel it's a heavier shipping weight. Even some listed within the last 6 months have made 8 to 10K with the baby wraps. Interesting. Let's see. She said no. What are your future products you are interested in selling? I'm selling what I'm interested in selling right now, which is in the health and household category. Okay, let me go over here into the question box. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in the box. How would you brand yourself on Amazon? The easiest way to brand yourself is by getting a logo made and then having the logo put onto your product. So if you are wanting to sell a product and you want to private label it so that you can sell it for more, what you want to do is go on a website like Fiverr.com. You can also go on Upwork if you want to, and you're going to have someone make you a logo. It's really cheap and really easy. You can even make your own logo on an app like, not an app, a website like Canva. And then you would just send it to your supplier and they can stick it onto your products for you. Like I said, my one student who just told us about her 10K in the last 30 days, she actually had launched 3 products in the past and she lost money with all 3 before she joined my program. Now that she's joined, she launched her winning product and she's killing it. So it's really important that you guys, like, I don't think that I know everything when it comes to Amazon, but I've been doing this for a very long time. I've seen so many of the changes and the things that have gone on as far as, Amazon's requirements and all of that. And any advice I give you guys is based off of experience, maybe not firsthand experience, but keep in mind, I've taught like 2,000 people how to do this. So I not only have my own personal experience, but also what I have seen work for other people and what I've seen not work for other people. So when I say, make sure you brand your product, make sure you put your logo on the product, I'm not saying that just to talk. Like, I'm saying it because it matters. And it's going to make a big difference between what you're going to make. Some people launch a product and make $100 in their first month. Some people launch and make $40,000 in their first month. The difference is the way that you launch the product and the things that you actually spend your time on. Some people worry about all the wrong things. They're worried about their brand name. They're worried about, do they need an LLC? They're worried about like honestly stupid stuff. Like none of that matters at all. You can literally have a 6-figure business on Amazon without an LLC. I did. And then I went and I incorporated when it made sense. So I encourage you guys to just focus on the important things, like focus on the actual steps and items that are going to get you to launching a product, and stop worrying about the things that you think is important as a business person. Like people think about all the wrong things. Like, I need business cards, I need a website, I need, like, don't nobody care about that. That is not going to make you money. It really isn't. That's why a lot of the people who are selling products on social media, they don't have real websites. They have what I have in mind, Stand Store, Linktree, whatever, because you don't need that. Like, focus on the things that you need. And when it comes to Amazon selling, what you need is an Amazon seller account. What you need is Helium 10 so you can look for your products. What you need is a logo. What you need is a supplier. Like, those are things that actually are going to matter and be money generating activities, not stupid stuff like... Anyway, let me stop, because I could go on a whole tangent. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let me keep going here. This says, do you think 3K is enough to start to really make some profits? Yeah. It just depends on the product that you choose to launch. I will say now, obviously, inflation has hit every industry across the board. I don't think there's a single business that you can start that hasn't experienced inflation in some way. And I feel like probably everyone in this live right now has felt it in one way or another. Maybe your rent has gone up, gas is expensive, groceries are expensive. So you can't expect that across the board in other areas. Things are going to start costing more, but it's not going to cost more to start a business, right? So that's why time is of the essence. Like, it's never too late necessarily, but at the same time, the longer you wait, you have that opportunity cost of not starting sooner. Like, if you would have started selling on Amazon when I did, it would have been easier technically. Because I'm here to be honest with you guys. Are there more challenges now with launching on Amazon? Of course there are, because time has gone on and they, make their changes, they have their requirements, but at the same time, people are doing it every day. So if people told me when I started, it's too hard, you're never going to make money, blah, 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 and I would have listened to them, I wouldn't be where I am now. So it's the same thing for you guys. If you're, worried about whether or not you're going to be able to do it, that's just like mental energy that you're spending on something that is actually hurting you than helping you. The best thing you can do is to just do it. Like, literally. Go and get Helium 10 right now. That's the best thing you can do, is to take that first step. The longer you spend just thinking about it, worrying about what can go wrong, it's holding you back. And I'll just leave it there, because y'all know me, I'm good for a rant. But let's keep on going here. No question. I just wanted to tell you how much you helped me with my business. Everyone looking at this, don't sleep. She's the truth. Well, thank you kindly. I don't know. I feel that everyone deserves the opportunity to make money in a way that isn't stressful. And that's not to say that you're not going to face any obstacles with launching an Amazon business or any business at all. But at the same time, it's really a matter of like choosing what challenge you want. Do you want the challenge of going to a job that you hate? Do you want the challenge of struggling to pay your bills? Do you want the challenge of feeling like you're not making it anywhere? No matter how hard you work, you're not getting any closer to your goals of doing whatever it is you want to do? Or do you want the challenge of taking a chance on yourself, seeing if this is something that can work for you? I mean, to me, it's honestly a no-brainer, but I do know and remember what it was like in the beginning stages of just having all of the doubt, the anxiety. What if it doesn't work? What if I lose my money? What if, that's natural. But I would encourage you guys, even if you are scared, if you're nervous, just educate yourself, because that's going to be the thing that's going to help you feel more comfortable investing your money into these products, is when like, okay, yes, it's scary. Yes, I'm sending money to these people in China and I've never met them before and I don't know for a fact that this is going to work, but at least you are trying something that most people are too scared to try. Like, the average person is never going to even spend their Monday night learning about Amazon FBA or, go on Alibaba.com and look for products. You have to do what is different if you want a different outcome than the average person. And I could sit here and talk to you guys about all of the things I've learned and how my eyes and my mind has been opened in so many ways by making that decision to actually do something for myself and do something that's different than the norm. It's changed everything for me. And in turn, it's also changed everything for the people around me. Like I truly don't know what my life would be if I would have never taken the chance. And I don't know, I'm a very, very big believer that anyone can achieve anything. It's just a matter of what you're willing to do that the next person is not. So, ciao. Me and my little tangents. Okay, let me go here. If you guys want to make sure I answer your question, go into the question box. I can see your questions in the comments, but it's easy for me to miss it that way. Just put it in the box and I'll be sure to answer it over there. How do I join your program? My program is linked in my bio. So if you just click on that, you'll be able to see the link there. But I do recommend that you start with my free training, which is also linked in my bio. So start with the free training and then you can look at the step-by-step if you're interested in that. It's been a long time coming. Now, why would this play? I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I came live because I'm in a little bit of like a sad mood. And I'm not gonna get too much into the details. The reason I'm feeling sad is because I miss my baby. And now Apple Music is trying to play me. Why are they playing this? Oh my goodness. Wait, did I answer that question or did I just skip over it? Okay, hold on. Let me answer this one. I'll go back to that other one because I don't think I answered it. Do you have other vendors where one can shop apart from Alibaba? There are other platforms that you can find suppliers, but I'm a very simplistic person when it comes to business. I do what works. I keep it simple. I don't try to change things. And I feel like that's the reason I've been able to build my business to where it is now. To be able to do 7 figures is because I'm not changing things that don't need to be changed. So for me personally, I just use Alibaba. Are there other options? Yes. Are they better? Not to me. I mean, I feel like they're all pretty similar, except with Alibaba, they know about Amazon selling. So they're a little bit more familiar with the process, which will make it easier for you. So you don't have to explain every little thing, you know? Okay, let me go and find that one because I feel like I skipped it. I think it was this one. Would you recommend starting with 2 products or 1 at a time? I recommend starting with 1 and then seeing how that goes, and then you can always add on. It's kind of like, okay, walk with me. I know this is a weird analogy, but it's kind of like if you were to try to cut bangs on yourself. I just saw a bunch of videos like this on TikTok. But if you try to cut your own bangs and you cut too much off, your bangs are going to be short and you can't make them grow longer because you already cut off too much. But if you cut them a little bit longer, then if you want them shorter, you can cut a little bit more, cut a little bit more, cut a little bit more, and work your way up to what makes you look good, what fits your face. So don't cut your bangs too short by launching too many. Are y'all get what I'm saying? As you can tell, I haven't been live in a long time. I'm feeling a little rusty, but hopefully that makes sense. It's like launching too many products at once. You can't undo that. Like once you have spent the money on the products, you're kind of stuck with them and you have to sell them one way or another. So if you take your time by launching just one product and cutting your bangs longer, then you can work your way up. You can cut a little bit more, launch another product. We get it. Okay. Am I making sense or do I sound insane? Thank you. Okay, perfect. Y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah, start with 1 product and then go ahead and scale by adding more. I've always wondered how sellers deal with return products. Does it affect business? Yeah, I mean, returns are the reality of any physical product business. You're going to have products that come back, and it's not the end of the world. It really is just like a cost of doing business, just like you would have returns or chargebacks or whatever with any other business. And so I think what's important to remember with returns is that you can minimize the amount of returns by making sure that your product is the best quality, because you don't want unnecessary returns. Unnecessary returns would be if your product just wasn't made properly, if it wasn't packaged well, if you catfished your customer because they thought that they were going to get something, like one thing that looked a certain way and then they get something else, it's unexpected and it throws people off. So then they would also return it in that situation. So make sure that you're being honest and clear about what they're going to receive. That way they're not returning it just because they feel blindsided by the product that they actually got in the mail. And what happens with the products is that Amazon will either distribute the products back out to people who have purchased it, or Amazon can also destroy the products if you want them to, or they can send it to you if you want them to. It just depends on what you want. Hi, I love your hair. I have a store, but my shipping settings are incorrect. Can you help with this? Thank you so much for the compliment. Your shipping settings are incorrect. What do you mean by that? If you give me a little more information, I can try my best to help. How much do I need to get started? It depends on the product that you want to sell. Obviously, some products will be more expensive, which will contribute to you having to spend more on the initial inventory. So it's just all going to be a matter of what your budget is along with the product that you decide to sell. I recommend that you sell cheaper products. So anything that's $5 or less per unit would be kind of a safer, more conservative way to start. There are some people who start with higher priced items, and you can do that if your budget allows it. But, you know, obviously the more you spend, kind of the bigger risk you're taking. If you spend $10,000 on a first product compared to $3,000 on a first product, that's obviously, you know, a significant difference in your initial investment. And I think your first product really should be you just seeing with your own eyes that this business model works. And you can, even if you only make $500, $1,000 with your first product, no, it's not going to probably change your entire life, but at least you know, like, okay, this works. Now I know what to do. Now I know the steps. I know the process. Let me scale this item, or maybe I don't want to sell this anymore because it's not making me enough. Let me see what other items I can sell. Let me see how I can continue to build off of this product to, you know, really have a solid brand that can sustain me. Because I definitely know people who sell one singular product and do 6 figures a month. And I know other people who have to sell 20 products to do 6 figures in a month. It doesn't matter how many products it takes, right? Like if you're hitting your goals and it took you 5 products to hit a 50K month and the other person got 50K with one product, honestly, you might be in an even better position because now your products and your brand is diversified. So you don't have to worry about what happens if that one product goes under, or, you know, it's just not in demand anymore, becomes too saturated, so on and so forth. It gives you a little bit more variety so that you have your eggs in multiple baskets in case one product has a slower month or 2 products have a slower month. You can still pay your bills, and maybe it won't be 50K, but still you might do 40 or whatever and still feel good about your business. So I'm just a fan of building up to something instead of just going balls to the wall. Like, I need to have a 50K first month. It's not that it's not realistic, because even in my program, I've had students who have launched and done numbers like that. Would I say that it's normal? I wouldn't say it's normal. And I'm trying to prepare you guys for real life. Like, I want you to have realistic expectations so that you're not disappointed if your product doesn't hit those numbers your first time around. It might not. That's not the end of the world. My first 2 products, I lost money, and look at where I am now. You know, it's not the end all be all. Okay. I can't wait to find a great one at that price per unit. You will. Nathan, hey, how are you? Oh, it's so nice to see your face. Can you see yourself doing TikTok shop? Nope. Nope. Not because I don't think I could make money. I definitely think I could make money on TikTok shop. It's more so a matter of simplicity for me. Like, I am not the business person that's going to be like, let me try this and let me try that and no. Like, I am blessed. I'm happy if I'm able to work 3 hours a week and make the type of money that I make and hit the type of numbers that I hit. To do, like, really think about that. To make 200K in sales, which is not profit, but 200K in sales, 3 hours a week. I am a humble lady, okay? It might not seem like it, but I'm a humble gal. I don't need to make $1 million off of e-commerce like that. I don't have to do that. My priority now is work-life balance. I mean, obviously I own a business. I'm not working per se, but I am, building kind of a little empire, if you will, things that I can leave behind to my son, and, just building kind of a legacy is what I want. And for me, that's not just Abby, the Amazon seller. Like, there's more to me. There are more ways to make money. There's beauty in diversity. And that's why people talk about different streams of income, because you don't want to ever just only rely on one thing. So for me, Amazon is amazing. Amazon has changed my life. Amazon has retired my mom, retired me, essentially. I mean, I run my businesses, but am I working? No. It's gotten my son a whole college savings account, if that's what he wants to do with it. It's done so much for me. I think it would be lazy and I think it would be stupid to only do that. Like, for me to be in a position to have this much money, that sounds insane, but to have this much money coming in and not do greater things with it is dumb to me. Like, I could never. That's why I feel that the good Lord didn't give me like a traditional talent, like being a really good athlete or a great singer or whatever, because I feel like I'm a person that is like a Jill of all trades. Like, I know a lot about a lot of different things. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that, if I'm being honest. Like, I think when I was younger, I always used to want that one thing that I'm like really, really good at, or that one thing that I do better than anyone else. I was like really fixated on that. Like, what's my thing? Everyone has their thing. Like, that person is such a good artist, or they're so good at music, or they are such a good baseball player, or whatever, Like, I would look at other people and I would be jealous because I felt like I didn't have that thing about me until I found Amazon. And for a while, I made Amazon my whole personality. Like, Amazon was everything to me. And then I started to think, like, do I really give a fuck about Amazon for real? No, I don't, if I'm being honest. I care about what it gives me, which is the cash to live a very comfortable life, to take care of my family, to travel, to do what I want, to start other businesses. That's what I love about it. So it's not that I love the business itself. So anyway, I say all of that to say that it's important that when you do start making good money, that you don't only do, I don't want to call it stupid things. You don't only do superficial things with it. You also want to make sure that you're investing it so that you can set yourself up for later on. So what that looks like for me is that I'm investing in the traditional sense. Yes, I do have investments and investment accounts and, real estate and all of that. That's like the traditional way. But I also invest in things that make me a happier person, because we have to remember that life is short. Like, I'm 30 years old. I pray that God gives me a long life. No one knows the future. No one can see the future. So I'm not going to spend every minute of my life trying to make as much money as possible for the sake of making as much money as possible. I want to make a lot of money, and I do make a lot of money, but not at the expense of all of my time. Like, that's never going to be me. And honestly, I know what it would take for me to make $1 million a month on Amazon. And I don't care enough about the money to sacrifice my lifestyle right now. The flexibility, the freedom to be able to travel as much as I want, to be able to give as much energy to my friends and my family. My future husband, honey, I'm here and I'm ready and I'm my best self. And you know what I mean? Like, I love my life as it is. And I don't want to sacrifice that just to make millions and millions more. Like, would that be nice? Yes, but I'm not willing to work more for it. You get what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, you have to be content with what you have. And truly, I think because I came from so little, I have not fallen into the trap of like, at any cost, I'm going to make as much money as possible. There's a limit, and there is a boundary and things that I'm not willing to do for money. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, I say all that to say it's important to spread your interest and make sure that you have multiple streams of income. And I'd love to talk more about that with you guys as well. Like, I am such a huge believer, and it's mostly because this is what worked for me, is to start with Amazon so that you can get the cash going. Like, you need the cash flow to be able to do really anything in this world, which is unfortunate, but you need money. Like, you're not going to be able to get into real estate with no money. You're not going to be able to have a car wash with no money. You're not going to be able to open a laundromat with no money. Any business is going to require money. And if it doesn't require money, the very, very few businesses that don't require a large amount up front, you're going to need a large amount of time up front, which most of us don't have that because you are working a job to survive and to pay your bills. You know what I mean? So it's just, there's a lot that goes into it. What I was about to say is that I wish I would have known sooner what I know now about wealth and about, work and about business and about passive income. Like, low key, I wish I knew earlier, because I would have saved myself a lot of stress and a lot of years of my life living how I was before. But at the same time, I feel like it all happened the way that it was meant to, because if I hadn't experienced my life the way that it was, if I didn't go through, living in poverty, if I didn't experience having a single mom working multiple jobs to put food on the table, if I didn't experience humbling things like having to go to the food bank to be able to eat, or I don't know, only wearing only wearing clothes from thrift stores and hand-me-downs and things that were like secondhand. If I didn't experience all of that, I don't know who I would be right now, because you hear and you sometimes see it with influencers and celebrities and whoever, that sometimes money it highlights more of who you already are. So if you're the type of person who is greedy and unethical and you're willing to do anything for a little bit of money, what happens when you get that and you have access to more resources? You're going to do more harm than anything else. So it's been really important to me as I've gone through this journey and this experience of making more money and kind of going from literally like the bottom of the barrel in terms of like financial stability, all the way to now being in this place like that I never thought it was going to be possible for me. Like this, I'm living the way that I thought you could only live if you had like, a wealthy family. Like I never thought I'd be able to build this for myself. So I do think, even though there were hard times and there were times where I did not think I'd even make it, I didn't even think I would be here at times of my life. So to be here now, I feel like the best thing I can do is to spread the knowledge and to kind of like give back to anyone who is in the position that I was in years ago, before I kind of saw the light and I could understand like, wait a minute, I don't have to live my life like this. I don't have to only be in survival mode 24/7. I don't have to, go to sleep stressed out every single night thinking about money. I don't have to watch my mom continue to break her back every single day. Not be getting choked up. Oh Lord. That's my sign that I'm rambling for too long, but you guys get it. And you guys tell me, like, would you be interested in me teaching more ways of making money than just Amazon? I feel like I'll always have a soft spot for Amazon because it's literally what has changed my life. But at the same time, I would love to just share all the other things too. Like, I wish someone would have told me way back when about, there's so much. I can't even get into it because then I'll start tangenting again, and y'all don't want that. So anyway, let me get back to answering some questions. I'm in the question box. If you have them, feel free to ask me. Let's see here. I live in Germany. Do you advise I take your program? Yeah, you can take my program from anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are physically. If you join the program, you'll see that there are people from all over the world. I mean, I would say the majority of the members are in the US, but we've got lots of Canadian members. We've got members that are in Asia, Europe, Africa. So yeah, absolutely you can. Bring all the game. We stay ready. All right now. All right. I look, aw, thanks. I'm happy to be a bit of inspiration if I can help you guys in any way or just kind of give you a little bit of wisdom or what I have learned. I'm happy to do it. I definitely want to help in any way that I can. Okay, let me keep going here. My product is a set of things. I got one UPC. Do I have to get a UPC for each piece in this set? Hey, girl. No, you don't. You just need one UPC for everything that is going to be sold as one. So if they're all going to be in one package together, then that's all you need. One UPC. Would you say Amazon is a time-consuming business? I would say in the beginning, it takes effort to get it up and running. But once it's up and running and your product is ranked, it's very low effort, in my opinion. I won't say that you don't have to do anything, because still now I spend like 3 hours a week or so on my business. But 3 hours a week for the payoff, I think is... I mean, you literally could not pay me to do anything else. Yeah, cut it. Okay. Do you do mentorship? Yes, I do have an Amazon mentorship. Are you talking about Amazon specifically or anything else? Because like I said, I have considered making a community specifically for all different ways of making money. It's something that I need to give a little bit more thought to. But I do definitely have an Amazon mentorship, and that's linked in my bio if you're interested. It's hard. I'm trying. I'm just so confused on trademark IP, China having 50% or more on products. I think I'm ready. And it's still so much I don't know. I'm just confused on trademark IP, China having 50% or more on products. I'm not sure what you mean. 50% or more on products. What do you mean by that? Do you run advice one runs advert or pay more to be on the first page on search list? Do you run ads? You can pay for ads on Amazon. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but you can. Let's see. Mentorship to help level up, right? I just feel like that would be cool. There's so much to know. And I feel like especially in our community, anyone who is not born in the US, maybe you're first generation American, first generation college student, first generation, anything, it's hard because you have no one to ask. Like no one has experienced what you're going through. And I feel like I definitely have, and I'm still going through that now because I realize that, you know, some people who are in a similar position to where I am as far as success in business, they're there largely because they have the resources, they have the community, they have, you know, the people in their families and in their circles who have been able to, you know, kind of pull them up. And that's not a crime and that's really not shade because I don't feel like I did it all on my own is necessarily a flex. Like it was a necessity. I did it because I had to. But at the same time, I don't think it should be that way. I think everyone should have access to information and advice and the knowledge that isn't like freely taught. That's something else too. I'm like, why don't people talk about this stuff? Like I would love to know that you don't have to just keep your money in a regular savings account. Do you guys know for like 2 years, I literally, this is going to sound insane, so don't judge. And I can't believe I'm saying the actual numbers, but for about 2 years, I literally have like $250,000 sitting in a regular savings account. A regular savings account. not a high yield savings account. Do you know how much money I missed out on by just having it in the wrong place? No one ever told me. Nobody told me nothing. I didn't know. And that might seem stupid, and you guys might be like, girl, how did you not know? I literally didn't know. No one was there to tell me that. My mom came to this country not knowing very much English, working at Wendy's. She didn't know anything about putting it in the right, you know what I mean? Like, no one was here to tell me that. So it's something that I had to learn. But the thing is, yes, you learn, and no, it's not gonna like change my life that, you know, I missed out on a couple tens of thousands of dollars in interest that I would have been paid if I would have had it elsewhere. But I learned the lesson already. Like, you guys shouldn't have to learn that lesson the hard way, because I already learned it and I already lost the money. So why can't I teach you so that you can do it the right way from jump, and you can get the benefit of my experience? That's the way that I see things like this. Like, it's, I don't know. It just, there's so much. Okay. Do you need a trademark and an IP to start? You don't need a trademark. You can sell on Amazon just with your brand. You just have to make sure that the trademark isn't already being used by someone else. And you can do that by looking on the USPTO website. Okay, next question. I do brand name products, but want to venture into private label. Can I just open store number 2, or should I launch a separate seller's account? So you're saying that you do wholesale or arbitrage and you want to venture into private label. Yeah, you can open a second store. You don't have to create a whole separate seller account. Are you going to be selling the same types of products, or what would you be doing? Another question about UPC codes. I'm just a little confused about this. If I have one product, but it comes in 3 different colors, is it still one UPC for all 3 colors? No. If you have one product with 3 variations, your colors are variations of the product, you need 3 different UPCs for each variation of the product. Now, let's say that you had one set of products, let's say red, white, and blue, and you are selling them all together in one set. So I'm the customer, I buy it. When I buy it, I get red, white, and blue all together in one set. Then that needs one UPC. But if I, as the customer, I have to choose which color I want, I can buy the white one if I want, I can buy the red one if I want, I can buy the blue one if I want. Those are all 3 different products, technically. They're variations of one another, and that means that you need a separate UPC for each one. Okay. Like, China has 50% or more of the market. Is that a red flag if China sells the product the most? Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be a red flag, but it's something to pay attention to, because if they're selling it, they probably are selling it for the lowest price, and you might not want to compete at that price point. It doesn't mean you can't sell it, but it's something extra to consider. Oh my God, thank you. Also, you're welcome. If I decide to add something or remove something after I got the UPC, do I contact them to update the description, or how does that work? Who is them? Do you mean GS1? You don't need to contact them. It's not that big of a deal. Unless it's like changing the entire product, then you're fine. Do you need ship from China? Do you need to ship from China? You don't have to. You can buy your product from elsewhere, but I personally have all my products made and shipped from China. Sorry, you guys. Yikes. Okay, sorry, you guys. My best friend just got service off of her flight, and she sent me like multiple messages. Okay, next question here says, how do you control the reason for returns since Alibaba sends the products directly to Amazon? How do you control the reason for returns? You can't control the reason for returns. making sure that you're doing your part, that the product is what people are expecting. And so if someone is returning the item because they say that it was made poorly, like the stitching is bad, or it's flimsy, or it just doesn't stay together for long enough, like it falls apart, whatever the product is, then that would be you communicating with your supplier to make sure that the quality is there so that people don't return it more than they need to. If you're asking if, like, how do you know that the products are going to be made well, you can have an inspection done on your inventory. So you can hire a company to, to go there and look at the products for you, to inspect the products. So that's how you can feel better about them being the right quality. So do you travel to China for your products? No, I've never been to China. I'd like to go. I've just never been. The banzo. The banzo. Does your program include one-on-one call with you? No, there's no one-on-one calls with me, but there are weekly Zoom calls. Like today, we had a Zoom call. It was really nice to catch up with the members and kind of see how everyone's doing, because the Zoom calls are just kind of a good way of checking in, answering questions, giving updates, and all of that. So that is definitely a part of the program, but it's not one-on-one. I'm not going to sit here and lie and make it seem like something it's not, but it is a small group. It's not like there's 100 people in the Zoom calls. We normally have, I would say, about, I would say like 20 or so, 15 to 25 on each call live, and then the replays, the calls are recorded, and then the replays are available for anyone to watch. But I will say that normally we have like the majority of people on the calls who are just there to listen. Like they're not asking questions or really talking, like, they're just listening in for it as kind of like a training more than anything. But you do have the opportunity to talk to me. It's just that it's in like a small group setting. Okay. I can't wait to get in. Can't wait to have you. How do you deal with competition? The best way to deal with competition is to differentiate your product as strongly as you can, because weak differentiators make it very easy for someone to copy you, and that's how competition builds with certain niches. It's just that everyone is selling the same thing because it's easy and it's quick, and no one is taking the extra time to make the product stand out. So if you don't customize the product, then anyone can just go on Alibaba and say, hey, I want this exact product, and they can probably make it really quickly if it's not being customized in any way. So that's customizing the product, and differentiating is making it harder for people to copy you and become your competition, if that makes sense. How does the shipping work? Thank you for taking your time and educating us. You're welcome. How the shipping works. So you can either have your supplier coordinate your shipping for you, or you can hire a third-party company, a third-party shipping company. Those are called freight forwarders. And freight forwarders will go and pick up your products, and they'll deliver it to the US. You just pay them a certain amount, and they will take care of the whole shipment for you. There are different types of shipping. They have sea shipping, they have air shipping, they have Sea Express, which is a little faster than regular sea shipping. They all cost different amounts. Air shipping is the most expensive because it's the fastest. Not recommended because it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg to get it shipped by air. So yeah, you just kind of have to figure out what method of shipping you want, and then you can hire a company to complete the shipment for you. I like to charge for shipping so it doesn't cut into my profits. It's a large item. I'd like to charge for shipping so it doesn't cut into my profit. So you wouldn't charge, well, if you're going to do FBA. If you do FBA, that means that Amazon is technically doing the shipping. So if you wanted to charge for shipping, you would just increase your price to reflect the extra that you would be paying for the product, if that makes sense. Like you wouldn't have a separate place where you're charging $8.99 for shipping because you're not the one shipping it. Amazon is shipping it. So then you would just incorporate your shipping price into the actual price of the product, but you have to make sure that it's comparable or competitive with the other people who are selling it. Because if everyone else is selling at $19.99, but you're like, I want mine to be higher for my shipping costs, and you put yours at $24.99 and everyone else is at $20, you're probably not going to make any money because your offer is not competitive. They can find exactly what you're selling from someone else for cheaper. Every time you say thank you, you smile. So, aw. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that. You're welcome. I'm happy to help. Okay. How do you find out the reason someone returned an item? Like, where do you go on Amazon's seller? You can't always find out why they did, but you can go to, what's it called? I know where it is. Okay, if you're in Seller Central and you go on the left-hand tab and click kind of the drop-down menu, what do they call it? A to Z customer complaints. Is that what they call it now? I think that's what it is. I'll have to go and I have to look and make sure that it's what I'm thinking of, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. A to Z customer complaints or customer claims or something like that. What is this? Oh. Okay. Let's see. What do you think of a product from supplier $5.30 USD a pack? A snack made in Thailand but owned by a foreign company. Wait, what do you think of a product from supplier? $5.30 a pack. A snack made in Thailand but owned by a foreign company. Do you advise moving forward with the product? P.S. It's a good product. I wouldn't sell something edible, but that's my own personal preference. I think it's a lot of extra liability that I personally wouldn't want to deal with, but I can't stop you from selling it, but I wouldn't, especially as a beginner. Sorry, I have all these questions about UPC GTIN, but I'm trying to create my skeleton listing, but it's not accepting my GTIN. I already verified my info and GS1, etc. So I input everything correctly. Is this a known error? What's the error? It's not accepting it. What are you seeing when you input your GTIN? You're putting the whole set of numbers, right? Just to make sure. Everything has to match exactly as well. So I know you said that all the information is correct, but it could be as simple as just one letter being off. Okay, so what's your error code saying? How are members made aware of the Zoom calls? On Mondays in the Oh my gosh, I burnt my neck so bad. Oh, with the curling iron. Oh my gosh, this was a couple of days ago. I'm not even gonna show you guys, it's so gross. Oh my gosh, I burned it so badly and it's like scabbing over, and Jax was like, Mama, what happened to your neck? You got a boo-boo. And I was like, yeah, I got a boo-boo. He's like, how'd it happen? I was like, my curling iron. And he was like, he's in his why era, so everything's like, why, Mama, why? He was like, why did the curling iron burn you? And I'm like, because it was really hot. Why was it really hot? Because I needed it to be hot to curl my hair. Why did you need it to be hot to curl? Y'all, as soon as this kid turned 4, all he asked me is why all day long. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. And I just scratched it by mistake. Okay, so I'm sorry. How are members made aware of the Zoom calls? They are made aware of the Zoom calls on Monday mornings. There is a post and I tag everyone. I put like at everybody so that you can get a notification. and it just has the link and the details of the Zoom call, and you can join. Our Monday calls are at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and they are recorded. If you're not able to make it live, you can ask your questions in advance if you want to, and you can watch the replay if you can't make it. My son started at 2 and he's 3 now. A whole year. No, not a whole year of wise. Oh no. Okay. Hi, Abby. I'm currently in the process of searching for a vendor and for the product I would like to sell. The best quality would be from a vendor in Africa. Do you have any recommendations on how to find suppliers there, or specifically Nigeria? Thanks in advance. Honestly, I don't. I think my best recommendation for that would just to be if you have any network of people from Nigeria that you could ask. I do feel like this would be a place where having kind of like a personal referral would come in handy, simply because there just aren't a lot of suppliers from Africa that are on Alibaba. There are other places that I'm sure you could go, other like websites, but I'm not personally familiar with them, so I don't want to recommend any of them to you. You know what? Depending on what the product is, my family's from Ghana. Like my mom is in Ghana right now. She's overviewing, kind of project managing the house that we've been building for my grandma for a hot minute now. It's just so many delays and so many things have happened. But anyway, my point is she's over in Ghana right now, and I can ask her if I know what the product is. I mean, she knows a lot of people out there. We've got lots of family over there as well. So that's how I can try to assist, but I don't know any websites specifically for that. Wish I could help. It's saying the SKU does not match any ASIN and contains invalid values for attributes required for creation of a new ASIN. The SKU does not match any ASIN and contains invalid values. What is this? Do you have any weird, like, when I say weird, I mean different characters in your brand name or in the product description or anything, like hyphens or apostrophes? Do you have anything like that? I'm wondering if it's like something simple like that. Okay. Hey, Abby, I'm in your program. Hey, Coral. Do you do consultations on products that we think are winning products? Like look at the data and let us know if it's a good product to move forward with or not. I have the winning product criteria list, but also would want to know if you or Jay could look deeper. Jay does one-on-one calls. I don't offer one-on-one calls. I haven't for a few years now. But I can still give you a product review. It just wouldn't be on like a consultation, I guess. So what you can do is email me your product idea with a screenshot from X-Ray along with your differentiators and the information on the profitability. And then if you give me all of that in an email, then I can let you know, okay, I'm concerned about this or that. Have you thought about this? It looks good to go. I'll, give you my honest feedback on the product. So as a member of the program, that is kind of one of the benefits that you get. Bought your program in 2022. Is it still same and does it get updated? Yeah, I'm working on a big update, but I'm holding off because Amazon is expected to make some other changes and I don't want to have to update it again and again and again. So I'm waiting until Amazon makes those final updates before I kind of give it a whole refresh and a little zhuzh with a bunch of new lessons and updated lessons and all of that. But you still have access and you will get access to all of the updates as soon as they're available free of charge. So once you enroll, you get the future updates as well. Okay. Any other questions I can answer you guys? Anything else? How's it gonna go from confessions to knife talk? Like, please. Anything else I can answer you guys? There's nothing different. That's so weird. That's really weird. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Have you already talked to seller support about this? Have you gotten in contact with them? After how did you get your breakthrough? After how long did you? And when you say breakthrough, what do you mean? When I started to like make real money on Amazon, or what are you talking about specifically? Maybe I should. You definitely should. Yeah, 100%. I heard Poppy outside. Do we still sing to Drake, or is he canceled still? How long till I started making real money with Amazon? Well, I quit my 9-to-5 job after 7 months, if that helps put it in perspective. How long did it take for me to feel like I was making good money? I'll say my first 2 products, I lost money. So first like 2 months on Amazon, I was in the red. My third product is when I started to make good money. And I would say that was after about maybe 3 months. I fuck with her and her. I'm not missing anything, right? I shouldn't get my SKU until I create my listing, right? I shouldn't get my SKU. You shouldn't get your FNSKU until you create your listing, correct? You need to have a listing and then they generate the FNSKU from your listing. I saw your story and you're at Porsche on a Monday afternoon. I'm like, this will be me soon. Huge congrats. Thank you so much. I actually was there because I took my car in for the yearly maintenance. Side note, I thought that, because, okay, so it's a long story, but my Porsche is leased under one of my LLCs as like a tax write-off. So amen to that. I mean, I pay for it, but it's like a business expense, which I love. But with that being said, when I got it, I had to, of course, say like how many miles I thought I was going to be driving it. And I think I put 12,000 miles per year. Y'all, that thing was driven like maybe 5,000 miles last year, maybe. Like, I feel like I drive a lot, but I guess I don't because my son's school is like a 2-minute drive from my house. And I travel. It's really the travel because I'm gone half the time. So I'm not literally here to use it. So the next car that I get, I'm definitely going with like much lower miles because I'm just not using it, you know? And I don't know what my next car is going to be, if it's going to be another Porsche or maybe I'll do, I don't know. Like part of me just wants to get a completely different car that's like way out of my comfort zone. Like a Maserati or like a Bentley or, you know what I mean? Like something crazy. Just to say that I drove one for a little bit, you know? What else am I going to be young and turnt, you know? I just feel like it would be fun more than anything, but why would I be pulling up to Jackson's school in a Bentley? Like, but I don't know, you guys. We'll see. Maybe I will for funsies. I'm just here being nosy, always interested, but still haven't joined. It's okay. Be nosy, girl. We accept nosiness over here. You should. The Lamborghini truck. I just feel like it's so loud. Like actually loud, but then also just like in your face loud. And maybe it doesn't, I don't know how I come off to you guys. Do I seem like a really showy I mean, I show you guys stuff, obviously. But do I come off as like a Lamborghini type of girl? Same thing with the G-Wagon. Like, I feel like it's so loud. It's like, I'm in a G, you know what I mean? Which is fine, like, no shade. But I just, like, I'm not really that type of gal. You know? She said, I know that's right. And now they're playing You Got It Bad. Please decide a genre. This is killing me. You Got It Bad to Wicked. Pandora would never do me like this. No, you're really laid back, not flashy. Well, thank you. There's a sexy, hey Melissa, there's a sexy matte black Rolls SUV at downtown Summerlin every once in a while. It's fire. I do like a Rolls Royce. I'd never been in one until a couple weeks ago, and it was the like truck one. So it was real nice, but that thing is huge. Like, I felt like I was in a bus, baby. Like, there's no way I could drive a car like that. I can see you in a Porsche, right? So a lot of you didn't find me until like the last year or two is when my platform really like grew significantly here on Instagram. So when I was getting my car 2 years ago, because my Porsche is a 2022, when I was going to buy it, it was during the time where everything was taking forever. Like, production was delayed, parts were delayed, especially if you had a foreign car, and Porsches are German? Yeah, they're German. So it was hectic and everything was overpriced. Like the market rate adjustment, which is like, basically you just have to pay more because things are more in demand or more like backlogged. It was insane. The market rate adjustment for the Mercedes that I was looking at was like $25,000. So imagine a car that is worth $75,000 being sold for $100K. I'm looking at them like, y'all are on crack. I mean, even my Macan, like I overpaid for it, but I just wanted a new car, so I still paid for it anyway. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to go and test drive a couple of different ones and just kind of see what feels comfortable. But nothing really felt like the right fit until I drove the Porsche. It was like I had driven so many different types of cars, different brands of cars. I drove the BMWs. I drove everything. And then the second I drove my Porsche, I was like, that's it. I came in the next day and literally got it the next day because it just felt right. So I hope that I get that feeling again and just like, I sit in it and I drive it and I'm like, that's my girl. Where are you from? You're gorgeous. Thank you so much. My family's from Ghana. I was born in South Africa. Okay. Do you only use Alibaba for sourcing your products? Yes. All of my suppliers are from Alibaba. Don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable. Yes, okay. Not me at 13 singing this with my whole chest. Have you sold any of your brands? No, I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but I was saying that I've gotten a very, very appealing offer. Don't know if I'm going to take it or not, but no, I haven't sold either of my brands. I've still got both of them. Do you have trusted vendors you always go to for your products and like almost never change vendors? Now I do because I've been selling the same products for years, but it just depends on what you're selling. Like I have really good vendors for health and household items for certain ones, but you know, if you're selling in toys and games, my vendors would be useless to you because it's a different category. You might have already shared this, but where did you learn about FBA? Google, YouTube, and the very, very hard teacher of life experience, trial and error. And I tell her every day. Does the LLCs you have, is the Amazon business or something else, if you don't mind answering? Sure, I've got 2 LLCs for my Amazon brands. So I've got one for each one because they're on 2 separate accounts. And then I've got an LLC for my like personal brand / digital products. So like my course, my ebook, like anything that's a digital product, I've got an LLC for all of that stuff as well. And then I've got another one for something separate that I won't go into detail with. I do want to make a trust though. That's like one of my goals for this year is to set up a trust. And I plan to put all of my real estate stuff under that. Do you have a clothing brand? I do not. Thank you. You're welcome. Quick question. Can Amazon seller support verify if you've chosen the right product type or make sure that you've placed your product in the right category? You know, I don't know. I've never asked them for that. So maybe. I don't know for a fact. I don't want to give bad info, so I can't say that I know for sure. What do you mean by your Amazon brand? I've got 2 Amazon brands. I've got 6 products. So I've got 3 products under each brand. So that's what I mean is that I've got 2 brands on Amazon that I sell my products underneath. I love these so much. And you know, it's just that it's my time of the month. I'm eating everything I see. I'm about to go to DC to see my sister for her birthday, and I'm going to Chicago for like a little girl's trip. I'd love to be a skinny legend, but the way I just cannot stop eating everything. All right, that's the last one that I'm gonna eat. Allegedly. All right, let's see. It's so windy outside, my gosh. When are you going to Chicago? I'll be in Chicago the later half of the week and the weekend. What would you say is the most challenging step when starting Amazon FBA? I would say product research, only because it can be difficult to narrow it down. I think people normally have one of 2 problems. Either it's hard for you to find a product that fits the criteria, or you find too many products that fit the criteria. Like today on our student call, we had one member who was saying she's having a hard time picking between 3, or maybe she had 4 different choices of products. So she had like too many to choose from. And then other people just can't find even one that fits. You know what I mean? So it's just like really that aspect of picking something and sticking with it enough to actually launch it. I'm craving hearing a certain song, but I just don't know what that song is. Have y'all ever felt like that? Like you want to hear something, but you don't know what that something is. I need like a Red Bull or something. I'm fighting for my life and I have so much to do before tomorrow. Like my house is an absolute disaster. It might not look like it, but this is a disaster to me. Like it's normally so clean in here and it's a mess because of Jax's stuff. And the kitchen's a hot mess, and my room is a hot mess, and everything's a hot mess. Everything has to be clean before I go. Got laundry, and my flight is at 11. I've got to go pick up my car at 8:30. Pray for me, you guys. If I lay in my bed, it's over. Shadow songs. It just passes your mind and heart so fast. I think this is it. I type in the words of the song. No, it's not that I can't remember it. It's that I just don't know. Like, I have like an itch in my brain and something will scratch it, but I don't know what it is. Does that make sense? Huh. Okay, anything else I can answer you guys? I'm using you all to help me procrastinate. I'm like, I'm on live, I'm helping, I'm teaching. Meanwhile, my to-do list is like a mile long. Do y'all want to see the scab? Oh, Lord. It's like windy and kind of like gloomy. This is perfect. Take an edible and just get stuck on the couch weather. Or cuddle weather. I can't do either right now. Okay, doesn't look like there's any other questions. So I think we can go ahead and wrap this on up. Cause they don't mention. And you never know how good it feels to have. And you'll never get a chance to experience my loving. Cause my loving feels like. When is your next live? I'm not quite sure because I'm gonna be away for the week. So probably not this week, but the upcoming week. Are you YouTube uploading? I joined late. Are you YouTube uploading? Is that what you're saying? Safe travels to Chicago, the best city in the world. Thank you, girl. I plan to eat everything. What's the first step to get started? I would watch my free training. That would be the best first step. Can I speak to? Thanks for motivating me. You are welcome. Okay. Are you having a 4th of July sale on the program? Probably not. I don't have one planned. And I'm going to be on a cruise for the 4th of July, so the service is probably going to be awful, so probably not. I don't really have any sales planned in the near future. Maybe for my birthday is the next one, I think. We'll see, though. Never say never, but there's not one planned at the moment. Look, if I ever meet a man that has me calling him, asking him on a date, just know I have been possessed. I have been possessed. She is not me. Talking about let's go to the park. Ma'am, are you okay? Okay, see, I'm just BSing right now. Okay, here's the game plan. So what day did you say? It's 10:30. Nothing is packed. House is a mess. Laundry needs to be done. The smart thing would be put some laundry in there. Come downstairs, put on Love Island while I do the dishes and clean up this whole downstairs. Work my way upstairs, clean the closet, and pack at the same time. I hate it here. It's bizarre to do all that with a man. Girl, tell me about it. Like, but then again, the men in 2024 are absolute princesses, so. It's 1:31 on my end. Okay, see, it's late for you, girl. And it's getting there for me, too. I need to stop. I'm really treating this like I have all the time in the world, when in reality, I don't. And I move slowly when I clean because I like it to be perfect, so. Hi. Plan is, thank you for saying that. Thank you. Now it's all about the follow through. Low-key, I should do it on here so you guys can keep me accountable and keep me company, child. Okay, I don't think that's the one that scratched my itch. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I'm gonna do it, okay? I'm gonna do it. Against my will. I think this is it. Is this gonna scratch my brain? Wasn't nothing like that. Man, it wasn't nothing like that first time. She was in my mad class. Long hair, brown skin with the fat ass. Sat beside me, used to laugh. Why are you single? You are so sophisticated. Sophisticated. Ooh. Thank you. I like that compliment. Sophisticated? Oh yeah, we're not taking beautiful or cute in 2024. Sophisticated or better. Sophisticated. 5 syllables or more to describe me, please. Thank you. To answer your question of why I'm single, there's a lot of ways I could answer that, but I think the easiest way is that my standards are high. And I'm a very, very happy person. Like, I'm happy. I'm peaceful by myself. So therefore, in order for me to not be single means that I need to, I won't even say need to find, because I'm not looking. It's more so of who comes into my life that is a good complement to my life. There we go. I haven't found, or a person has not come into my life who has been a worthy complement of my life. Does that make sense? Not to say like I'm God's gift to earth or God's gift to men. But I do feel that, you know, a person would be lucky to have me. And so I want to feel lucky to have them too. I don't want to feel like I'm with someone just because I'm lonely or because I need to be in a relationship. Like, that would never be me. That would never be me. But I do feel like that comes with a lot of inner work. Like, it took a long time for me to get to the place where I feel that I am really like that girl. And I need a man who is a man. We're not doing boys in 2024, okay? Narrow. Joining from EST. Hey, girl, you're gorgeous, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I see you have high standards. Sure do. But honestly, even though my standards are high, I do think that I'm more, I don't want to say forgiving. I'm more open than probably any other woman who would be like where I am in life. Does that make sense? Like, the women who are as traditionally successful, like in business, in their careers, health-wise, just like inner work-wise, the women who are where I am would never even like look in the direction of some of the men that I am open to. And my thing is, no person, not even woman, but no person wants to be with a loser. You know, someone who doesn't care about themselves. Like, that's what I see as a loser. So I'm not talking about someone who only makes this much a year or what. Like, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about someone who does not even care enough about themselves to take care of themselves. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So no one wants that. But at the same time, for me, I want, obviously, in a perfect world, someone who is doing well in life, because I do well in life, and I don't want to, and I not only do I not want to, I refuse to downgrade my life and my lifestyle for someone else. But at the same time, I'm not as strict as probably most other women would be who are where I am, because I care more about the whole person and like the whole package than just, for example, how much money you make. You know what I mean? If I wanted to just have a secure financial life, I could have done that already. Like, I could be with my son's dad still if that's all I cared about. But there are more important things in life. Okay. Let me see. With your level of sophistication, girl, you deserve all that and more. Not y'all all calling me sophisticated. Stop it. Y'all are gonna make my head bigger than it is. I have a big head already. And some of these men are looking for successful women to mooch off of. We have to be very, very careful. I know that's right. Some men try to mooch, and also some men are like legitimately jealous of the women that they date. Like, it's scary in this world, truly. I have actually, in hindsight, identified some, maybe not relationships, but more like situationships where it's very clear to me that these men were literally jealous of my success. Like, and in the moment, I was just thinking, like, they're just maybe not happy with where they are in life and they're looking for inspiration or whatever. But no, in reality, they were literally jealous. And that's so gross. Okay. Let me just say this. I don't know if any of you guys are on TikTok or if you like see any of the stuff that goes on over there. I am, and I see the discourse around obviously like the whole 50-50 debate and all of that. But there is a specific influencer on there. Her name is Monet. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She went to Rutgers. That's the reason I know her. She literally went to my alma mater, my college. And so she does like, beauty and fashion stuff, and she's super cute and just like successful and adorable. She's like, what, 24, 25. Like, she's a young lady and she's killing it and, whatever. So she's dating this guy who is like in his 30s, which is fine. A lot of women like older men. That's not a problem. But he's very much like the type of guy that's into more traditionally like feminine hobbies, if I may say so. He's like one of those men that's like very in touch with his feminine side and whatever, which is not a problem. Like, everyone is more than entitled to like what they like. I could never. That's not what I like, but it's not a crime. But the whole reason that I'm even bringing this up is that there's this whole kind of conversation around people thinking that he's just using her for clout or for fame or for money or followers, whatever. And I have to say that I have seen some of their content. I don't follow either of them, but sometimes you can't control what you see. And I've always gotten the ick from that man. And I do think it's very much a situation where, some people are not maybe necessarily malicious. Like, they don't have the intent of using someone else or for taking advantage of what they have to elevate themselves. But I do think a lot of people, the vast majority of people, are opportunists. So if you come across someone, like, maybe I meet a guy who's not looking for a super successful woman to like leech onto, but maybe he meets me and he's like, okay, I see how she lives. I see, what she does and how she spends her time and how she treats herself or whatever. And then maybe because he has now seen it, he's like, okay, this can be advantageous for me. So it's just, it presented itself to them and they might think, okay, this is my opportunity to then, do something with it or use it to my advantage. So that is something that I think about when I'm dating. Like, for example, you guys, today I went on a date. Very like kind of spur of the moment. And I have to make like a separate TikTok about this because I do feel like people always say like, you should never go on a coffee date. You should never go on a date that's just for drinks. And I do agree with that to an extent, but in certain situations, it might make sense to do that. Like today, it made sense to do it because I'm going to be away for a week. I don't want to be texting a man for a week that I don't know that I'm even like into in real life, right? Because we met online. So we met and we had a drink and I was able to see like, okay, this is someone that I could see some potential in. So now I feel like I can spend time talking to him and not feel like I'm wasting my time because I don't know how he is in person. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, in like a perfect situation, you would want that person to like take you on a formal date and spend time and spend money so that you know that they're invested or whatever. But I don't know. It's one of those things again where it's like when you have it, a nice dinner is cool, but it's like I take myself to nice dinners like all the time. So that's not going to be necessarily a deal breaker for me. It's more so the effort than anything else, you know? Opportunist is the perfect way to describe it. Right, right. Yeah. Here we are. Didn't I tell you guys I have stuff to do and y'all are holding me hostage talking about this relationship? This is what I tell my mom too. I'm like, you're holding me hostage. She's like, you keep talking to me. I'm like, you're right. Definitely got to find someone on your level. Yeah. It's so hard when you're someone who isn't superficial. Like, I promise you guys, if you saw the people that I have dated in the past, y'all would be like, not to be shady, but it just like, it wouldn't really make sense. But my thing is, like, the physical aspect is important to me, but it's nowhere near the top of the list. Like, I like someone who I can be attracted to, but attraction for me is about way more than just how you look, you know? So yeah, y'all would probably be pretty shocked. One, because they don't look anything alike. Like, all my exes look so different from one another. You'd be like, what is your type? Because what is this girl? But yeah, but what I was saying is, it's hard when you are a person who cares about things that are not just like, I need to have a rich guy, or I need to have like a really handsome guy. Like, neither of those things would be the most important thing to me. It's like the combination of it all that's important. So, you know, I don't need no 10 out of 10 in looks. I could do a nice little 6 out of 10. I could do a 6 out of 10 as long as he's like intentional and he's caring and all of that. You could be fine to me and me only. I'm very much that type of girl. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought there was... Oh, there was one. A question here. Off the top of your head, what are some good niches to look into for selling on Amazon? I don't have any off the top of my head because I wouldn't know unless I look them up using helium-10. I'm not going to just say random stuff. It would not be responsible. I would have to look up the numbers. We may be off of this, but approximately how much money would I need to start one FBA brand? No, it's okay. So I have a YouTube video. Actually, I tried to film an updated version of it. My Apple Pencil would not work. Like, it just wouldn't connect to the iPad. So I couldn't film the updated one, but I will at some point in the next few weeks. So I have a YouTube video where I go over how much money you need to get started. It's really going to just come down to the product that you choose. So it's going to be the amount of units of the product multiplied, or I'm sorry, the cost of the product multiplied by the amount of units. So you're going to want to start with about 500 units. So if it's a $4 product, 4 times 500. If it's a $3 product, 3 times 500. That's what you're going to need for the inventory. And then there's also, you know, some other one-off costs like your photos, the logo, things like that. And then you're going to need some money set aside for your ads. But the bulk of what you need is the actual money for the product itself. And again, that video is on my YouTube channel, Learn with Abby, if you want a more comprehensive breakdown of the amount of money that you need. Love helium-10. Me too, girl. Helium-10 is the truth. It shows you so much information. I can't believe that you can literally go on there and see how much money like that seller made last month, you know? Is it harder dating now that you're more successful? Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, it's harder because I have to gauge the intent of the person in a different way than it was before. Like, you know, as a woman, you always know that kind of not what you have to offer. You probably have more to offer than that, but what is desired from you by the vast majority of the men that you come in contact with is physical, right? So that's what I used to think about before, but now I'm worried also about the financial aspect, or kind of the that idea that they could be talking to me or wanting to like be with me or date me or whatever for the other benefits that they could get outside of like the physical. It could also be, okay, she clearly makes a lot of money. Maybe if I get her to, be in a relationship, then she will help me financially, or she'll teach me how to start a business, or, however I can help them get in a better position in life. And nobody wants to be used or feel like someone else is with them just to gain, a specific thing from that person. That's not a good feeling. So it's harder in some ways, but also easier in other ways too. Like, I remember being in my early 20s, I would literally go on dates just for the free food because I'm broke. Like, feed me, please. And that would be a worthwhile trade-off to me. But now that I make amazing money, I can buy whatever food I want. I don't need to go on a date to eat caviar. I don't need to go on a date to eat lobster or steak. Like, I eat that regularly. So it does make it a little bit harder in the sense that I'm much less willing to spend my time with just anyone. Like, I'm a lot more selective now. Is Q4 a bad/hard time to launch? Does Amazon raise fees? Amazon does raise their storage fees during Q4. Is it a bad time to launch? Not at all. Normally, there's a lot more activity on Amazon during Q4, so it's more potential to make money. So I would just say the only thing to be wary of is that it can be more competitive in terms of PPC. So you might spend more on PPC, but you also will probably make more as well. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, Lord. I ain't not gonna make it. Damn, I should have got a 5-hour energy or something. I've never drank that before, but I feel like the placebo of it would help. I'm fighting for my life. I might just need to run to the store and get something. Would you sell a product that costs $5.30 a piece to purchase? It depends on the product. What do you think can make you happier than you are now without being in a relationship? What do you think can make you happier than you are now without being in a relationship? Good question. Because honestly, I feel like I've reached like peak happiness. If I'm being honest, like, I've got the house I never thought I would have. I've got a whole pool in my backyard. I've traveled to so many amazing places and plan to continue to. I've got a great best friend. I've got an amazing family, the best son in the world. I don't really know, outside of being able to, I guess, just help more people, because that makes me happy. I don't know. I'm living the dream. I know it sounds insane, but that's how I feel. Like, life is great. I don't know. We need to get off here so Abby can get off. Right. That's what I'm saying. So, honest question. It can be vice versa to... it can be vice versa to build with each other, if that makes sense. I don't know about build with each other. I don't really like when a man says that to me, or he's like, I'm looking for someone to build with, because it really just sounds like you want me to do some work for you. You're a man. It's your job to build. Like, I'm here to support you, but build with you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just taking it the wrong way, or I'm perceiving it to mean something else than what it is. Because I feel like I've done all the building that I need to do already. Like, I done built this business from the ground up. I built this life brick by brick, like, literally. So, by God's grace, of course. But I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to build something brick by brick with no man. I'm so sorry. I support you. You've got your own dream, your own thing that you're trying to do. I support it, but am I going to build it with you? No. My job is not to build. I'm living a peaceful life. Why would I leave my peaceful life to try to build something with? Like, no, I'm not doing that. Take a nap, chores later. If I take a nap, it's over. You don't understand. It's over. Do you outsource household chores? I don't have a housekeeper, though. I am considering getting one, like someone to come maybe a couple times a week, like every 2 days or so, just to like, keep things up. But I don't know. I just don't think that that's a good fit for me because I'm literally gone every other week. So maybe I have them come every other week or something. But I do hire house cleaners for sure. Like I'd say like once a month or so. Again, because I'm only here half the time. It's not like my floors are super dirty or anything is really super dirty. It's like when Jax is here is when I'm here. So that's when things get used. But the rest of the time, it's not really being used. So it's a little bit different. Looking forward to your course. Yay! Cool. I'm inspired. Do you think FBA is too saturated in 2024? No. If I stop seeing students making money in my program, then maybe I'll believe that Amazon is saturated. But as long as people are launching and making money, I don't believe it. There's just no way. If it was saturated, no one would make money. So it is what it is. That's what I mean. Bob the Builder. Exactly, says support. Yeah, if you mean support, then I'm happy to support someone. Like for me to be able to give you my opinion and to, encourage you and all of that, I'm happy to do that. But I'm not going to be motivating you to want better for yourself. Like that's gross. And that's such a turnoff. Like, I think that's really what it comes down what it comes down to for me is that I don't want to feel that without me, you're not going to do what you need to do, because that just tells me that you're not self-sufficient and you are dependent on me. I don't want a man that's dependent on me. I want a man that can take care of what he needs to take care of, and that I maybe make things easier, maybe more joyful. I can contribute in that way, but there's no way that I could be attracted to a man who isn't going to do what he needs to do, take care of his responsibilities without me. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Let's see. What would you say to your 25-year-old self? Ooh, that's a really good question. What would I say to my 25-year-old self? Okay, so at 25, I would have, excuse me, okay, hold on, my brain is moving a little slow. It's giving foggy. At 25, it would have been 2019. Okay, so right before I started my business. I don't know if it's just windy outside or if it's raining. If it's raining, I promise y'all, I'm getting off of this live. I'm going to go on the couch like this. Okay, so what would I say to my 25-year-old self? I would say that you don't need to wait to do the things that you want to do now. Because I do feel that I took what a lot of other people said into consideration when I should have just made the decisions that made sense to me. For example, at the time that I was having my son, it was during COVID, and I wanted my mom to be with me while I was pregnant because I was miserable and I missed her. And I had at that time moved to California to be with my son's dad, right? We were long distance. I moved over there because I was selling on Amazon. I had more flexibility. So I moved to be closer to him. And of course, there was no way to know that COVID was going to happen. So, I mean, I don't blame anyone for that. But he was so fearful. This is crazy because I've never talked about this before. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, it's a small group in here. And that's why I'm like, okay to talk about this. But I don't talk about my son's dad really at all on my social media. He doesn't have any social media, so really I could say whatever I want and he would never know. So it's just a matter of my level of comfort as far as like privacy goes. But I will say that he was extremely like fearful of COVID, and it makes sense. He didn't want his pregnant fiance and his like unborn child to get COVID and, have something horrible happen. I get that. But it was so much so that what he wanted basically like superseded what I wanted. And at that time, what I wanted was to be with my mom. Like, that's what I needed for my mental health. It's what I needed to, feel okay going through that pregnancy. It was a really hard pregnancy, you guys. Like, I was sick the entire time. It was so bad. And all I wanted was my mom. And, he convinced me that that was the right decision. And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But me now in 2024, I would never let that fly. I would be like, okay, well, I understand that you disagree, but I am pregnant and I want my mom, and my mom's going to be here. So you can leave, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel I'm just so much more confident in my decision making now. Whereas at 25, I was very easy to sway. Like, I couldn't stand firm in my decisions because I was always doubting the choices that I was making. I was always feeling like, they probably know better. Let me just listen to them. I don't want to be wrong. I was always overthinking every decision that I made. Whereas now, and maybe it's because I have that validation from my success with my businesses, that I'm like, no, look, you made all these choices and look at where it got you. Like, you are smart. You're capable of, making decisions that lead to good outcomes. Where before I just like really didn't believe that about myself. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why that's where my mind went, because I could have just kept it like business related, but it can relate to business. It can relate to any situation. Just that idea of having that self-confidence. And even if things don't go right, at least you can feel good about the fact that you made that choice. It didn't happen to you. You chose it, even if it doesn't work out in the perfect way the first time around, right? Like, I don't know. I think there's passive ways of looking at life, and then there's active ways of looking at life. I think when you're in that mindset that things just happen to you, that is a very, it's a very almost pessimistic way to look at life, because it makes it seem as though you have no say. So if you're the type of person that you're like, I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Why is life so hard? Why is this? Why is that? I get it, because some people do genuinely just have it harder than others. Like, you're dealt a bad hand and series of unfortunate events. I've had times in my life where I felt that way too. Like, why does this keep happening? When it rains, it pours, But at a certain point, you have to recognize that you have a say. Like, life doesn't just happen to you. Like, you're an active participant in your life. You get to make choices as well. Maybe you lose your job. Like, that's something that happened to you. You can't control it, that your company just had layoffs and you happen to be one of the people that was affected by it. But what do you do with that? Do you wallow in the fact that you have been laid off for the next year of your life? Or do you take your time to be sad about it for a few days, give yourself that grace, and then you say, okay, what am I going to do now? Do I use this as an opportunity to pivot into something else? Do I look for something similar? Do I reach out to my network and see if anyone knows of a place that's hiring? That's you being active in your life. You're taking control. Okay, this thing happened to me, but what can I do now to make it benefit me in some way? How can you turn a situation around? I'm telling you, I cannot believe I'm one of these like mindset girlies now, because old me would be like, really? You have to change your mindset? Like, it felt so fluffy to me and like such BS to me. But truly, I feel that changing your mindset can benefit so many different aspects of your life. Like, not only has it benefited me in business, but it's also benefited me in my personal relationships, and it's also benefited me in my romantic relationships too. Because in the past, if someone would, I don't know, start treating me less than what I deserve, like they're not calling me when they say they're going to call me. They're not sending me a good morning text when they know I like a good morning text. They're not doing the things that make me feel loved and appreciated. in the past, I would be like, well, why doesn't anyone love me? Why can't I have that kind of relationship? Why me? Why me? Well, now I'm like, okay, they are idiotic because I'm amazing. And if they don't see that, then I don't want them anyway. Like, you have to choose your reality in so many different ways. Like, that I feel is one thing that has really changed my life, is that I'm able to now look at things and be like, okay, that has happened, but I don't have to let it affect me in a negative way. I can take that and turn it into a positive, no matter what it is. It's been so great listening to you. Thanks for your honesty, simplicity, and wait, you guys are so sweet. Thank you for saying that. I know I'm just rambling right now. So seriously, if you guys are like on the East Coast and it's 2 a.m. for you, don't feel like you have to stay. I'm literally procrastinating. But thank you so much. I hope you have a good night or morning or whatever, wherever you are. But thank you for saying that. That means a lot. If you do sell your brand, do you plan on rinse and repeating the process? I feel like I've rinsed and repeated to get the results I have now. So like multiple 7 figures a year now. That is how I've built the 2 brands to where they are now. Do I think I would sell them and then start new brands? Probably not, only because I feel like this is an accomplishment. Like, I've done it. I sold on Amazon. I built the brands. I exited for 7 figures or whatever the case is. That is incredible. And for me, I'm all about growth. I'm all about new challenges. I wouldn't really see a need to do it again. I've done it. I made a lot of money doing it. Like, what else can I do that I can also make a lot of money? And I can also, help people, make an impact, I think that's the way that I would see it. We're not there yet, but we'll see what happens. Amazing and genuine. Why, thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, I think I've said all I can say. I have spent all the time I can. Okay. I'm thinking Chicago. I need like some really cute dresses. I literally did no shopping. Like, if you guys know me in real life, anytime I'm taking a trip, it does not matter where I'm going, I'm buying new clothes. I love to wear new clothes anytime I travel, even if it's just to Chicago, because I've been there multiple times already, or Miami, I've been there, you know what I mean? I like to romanticize my travel. So one thing about it, I'm gonna have new outfits. But this time I didn't order anything because I've just been so busy. So we're gonna have to just put some stuff together from the closet as it is. And we'll see. Excuse me, you guys. Love your vibe. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Appreciate you. Philadelphia. I've been to Philly, 3 times before? I used to live in Jersey, so Philly wasn't too far away. How often do you go live, Abby? I've not seen you in a while. Hi. I go live sporadically. There's not a set schedule at all. I wish I could give you guys one so you could know when to expect me, but I just do it kind of spur of the moment. I'm the same way, and you can always go shopping on Michigan Ave. Is Michigan Ave where all of the designer stuff is? I had like no space in my bag, and I still managed to buy a pair of shoes the last time I was there. Was it the last time or the time before? No, it was the last time. Okay. Let me tell you guys a quick story about the last time I was in Chicago before I go. Since in honor of going to Chicago again. This time it's going to be a girls trip, so it's going to be a different vibe. But the last time I went was last summer for the Drake concert. Yeah, your post notification. Yeah, there we go. So I went to the Drake concert by myself because my best friend couldn't come. I don't like that many people. I know that sounds so bad. But again, I'm in my peaceful era. Like, if I don't think I'm going to have a blast with you, I'd rather go by myself. So it was giving very much that. So I go. And everywhere I go, I meet people. So I'm never lonely. Like, I choose to be alone so that I can do what I want and not have to worry about someone else. But when I travel, I'm not lonely. Like, you meet people and it is what it is. So anyway, I'm there. There's like a group of guys in front of me. One of them is like, kind of trying to talk to me or whatever. He's like, can I get you a drink? And I'm like, no, because I'm not leaving. And I'm not trusting you to go and bring me back a drink and know that nothing has been done to it. So no. But, we have a conversation, whatever. We like exchange information and all that stuff. That's not the point. The point is, after the Drake concert, what did I do that night? I don't think I did anything that night. So it was the next day I decided to go shopping. And I'm wondering if that was Michigan Ave, because it had an Aritzia. I think there was a Saint Laurent. There was a Dior. There was a Chanel. Yeah, it was like a bunch of designer stuff over there. And so I walk into Aritzia. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling you guys this story. But I don't have him on Instagram, so hopefully he never sees this. I walk into Aritzia. There's like this really cute guy. He's at the door. He's like taller. He's like got the muscle. He's looking good. Okay, so I'm doing my little shopping. I'm not like, bothered or really paying attention, but I know that he's there. And like, we kind of made eye contact a little bit. So I have got on my little dress, my cute little heel. I had just bought the heels from Saint Laurent. I had them on because I was like trying to break them in or whatever. And so I'm walking in there and I bought like a dress or something. And I'm walking out and he kind of like stops me before I leave. And he was like, I just had to stop you and wanted to know if I could like take you to dinner and all of that. And I was like, I don't know, I'll think about it. But again, like, I don't really have plans. I'm just like going with the flow. I'm doing whatever I want. So we exchanged numbers and then we're like texting and stuff. And he's like, well, I would love to take you to dinner tomorrow. Or did he say later? Yeah. Ow! I scratched it again. Oh my God. Oh, why is this happening to me? But anyway, he's like, I want to take you to dinner tomorrow. And I was like, okay. So I went out that night with someone else that I had met. And the next day comes and he calls me like early in the morning. He's like, I wanted to know if you wanted to go to the farmer's market with me. And I was like, it's like 7 a.m. I'm in a different city. No, I don't want to go to the farmer's market. Like, that's cute that you asked, but no, I'm sleeping. So he goes to the farmer's market and I do whatever during the day. I think I went to get lunch and I like, walked around the little pier type of thing, whatever. So then I go back to start getting myself ready. He comes and he picks me up from my hotel and he had flowers that he picked for me at the farmer's market. I was like, that is so cute. See, that's the type of thing that I like. Like, the thoughtfulness really goes a long way for me. Was it like the most fancy bouquet on earth? No, but he picked them for me, I thought that was cute. So we go to dinner. We're like fighting for our lives trying to find a parking space because Chicago it's awful. Like, the traffic and the parking is just terrible over there. So we ended up going to a place for dinner and they had really cute drinks and we're talking. We're kind of like getting to know each other a little bit. And he starts to tell me about like his life and what he does and his background and all of that. He was in the military and honestly, that should have been the first red flag. No shade, but I have dealt with some military men in my life and it's never good. It's never a good sign. So, we are talking, conversation is great. He's handsome, he's respectful, we're talking, whatever. And he tells me that the last girl that he dated was also from Ghana. And I was like, oh, so you got a type. And then he tells me, y'all, that he has a lot of kids. I'm not gonna say how many. The man had a lot of kids. I'm like, okay, so where are all your kids? Like, not to be shady, because it's annoying to me if I'm out and about and someone's like, well, where's your son? It's like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. He's taken care of. Like, most of the time he's with his dad, so it's just like an annoying question. But when you're telling me you got multiple and none of them live with you, I'm like, where your kids? But it was like 5. Yes. So I'm like, okay, where are the kids? And he tells me, like, this one lives here with the mom, this one lives there with the mom, multiple baby mamas. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So outside of, like, I know that sounds bad, but I'm really not a judgmental person. Like, you could tell me that you, I don't know, step on ladybugs for fun. I would think that's weird. I would be like, why would you do that? But would I judge you? Not really. I would be like, well, maybe he has a reason. You know what I mean? I'm like that type of person. So I set that aside, and you could tell that he was like kind of worried that I was gonna like judge him for it. And I was like, okay, well, everyone's different. As long as you like see your kids and you're an active dad as much as you can, you know what I mean? So that's that. He takes me to like some of the bars downtown and like his favorite rooftops and all of these other places. So we're like driving through. One thing I can say is that a lot of people knew him in the city. Like, we walk into a bar and he knows the bartender. We walk into a place and he's like dapping up the person at the door. Like, he knew the police officer that was like writing tickets by where we parked. It's like he knew everyone. And I have definitely like dated guys like that are like very well known in whatever city. And I tend to not really like that, because why does everyone know you? Like, or why do you know everyone? It just means like you're outside too. Low key. So anyway, we go to a bar and we're sitting down, we're having a drink, and he leaves to go to the bathroom. While he's gone, this man comes up to me, white man, and no shade, my son's dad's white, so like, no shade, but he comes up to me. Do you know this man starts to rap to try to impress me? He's rapping. I'm like, I was drinking, so I was like giggly, so I'm like laughing, and I'm like, you better go, and I'm like hyping him up, and he's just doing the worst rap you've ever heard in your life, and he's really feeling himself, and he thinks like, that I'm into it. I'm not. I'm just laughing along. That's all. So the guy comes back from the bathroom, and again, he's like big. He's, kind of big. So he walks up, and the guy looked like he saw a ghost. His face fell, and he scurried off. He didn't even say bye to me. Like, he literally he really just like ran away. And I was like, okay. But I like that too, when a man's like intimidating enough that someone's gonna just like scurry away because they don't want no problems. I like that. But yeah, anyway, so we go there. We go to a couple other bars kind of in the more downtown area. And then he takes me to like the hood of Chicago. All right. I'm not saying it to be shady. Like, I've lived in places that are a little bit rough. So I wasn't scared. I'm just saying, like, this is like Chicago, right? So he takes me over there to one of these spots, and again, he goes to the bathroom. I don't know if he had a small bladder or what, but he was drinking a lot. But he went to the bathroom. He left me again. I'm at, where were you, girl? I can't remember. It was like, where the heck was it? I wish I could remember the name of it. I can't remember. It was like a long bar on like the back wall. And then you walk in almost through kind of like a covered, not like a covered patio, but kind of like a little covered area to go inside. And the dance floor is like kind of to your left. I don't know if I'm describing it right. And I was under the influence, but that's what I remember it looking like. But anyway, he left to go to the bathroom, and then I get approached by another guy, African guy. You already know how they're coming. I want you to be my wife. Oh my gosh. I'm just standing there looking at him like, So then he comes back, and then, but this time, this guy didn't scurry away. He was like, oh, is that your boyfriend? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. So then he did kind of walk away after that. Anyway, there's a point to all of this, okay? We go out to another place, whatever. It was a good night. We had a good time. Everything was fine. I come back to Vegas the next day. We're still talking, and we're texting, and he's like calling me. So, we're still kind of like getting to know each other or whatever. And it's been like, I would say 2 days since we've seen each other. And he's like, I have a surprise for you. I'm like, what is it? I'm like mad confused. He was like, oh, it got delivered to your house. And I'm like, my house? He's like, yeah, it was delivered to your house. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm so confused. Like, how do you know where I live? He's like, I saw your address on your ID. I was like, when did you see my ID? He was like, when you went to the bathroom. I looked at your ID so I could have the address so that I could send you this ice cream. There's a place called Jenny's Ice Cream in Chicago, and I was obsessed with one of the flavors. Like, I had it every day that I was there, and I told him about it. So it's like, it's cute that you listened, but you stole my address. I was like, what? My thing is, I like a nice romantic gesture, and I like for you to just like do something without me having to like say, I want ice cream, please send me ice cream. Like, I will never do that. So for him to like think ahead and to do that, I thought was really cute. It was just the simple fact of like, I saw it on your ID is insane. So I was like, oh, okay. I would have been creeped out. I was a little bit, I thought that it was cute, but I was a little creeped out. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing though. He sent it to the address that was on my ID. The address on my ID was my old house that my ex lived in. It wasn't my address now where I live now, like this house that I live in that I bought. It was the house that I lived in with my ex. And that's where he sent the ice cream. I went and I got my ice cream because I wanted it. But it was just all bad. Like, that's maybe why you shouldn't steal people's addresses, because you don't know where you're sending it to. Like, the thought was there and the thought was cute. Pero what if my ex was like insane or like, you know what I mean? That's what I think of. He didn't like address it anyway, or actually the thing that said who it was from was like inside the box. And I told my ex's mom, so my son's grandma, she and I are really close. I texted her, I was like, hey, I think one of my packages got delivered over there, because she was over there at the time. I was like, can you grab it for me? And I don't know if I asked her to put it in the freezer or what, but she said yeah, and I went and I picked it up, and that was that. Yeah, that was weird. And when okay, that's it. But there's another guy that I met when I was in Miami. He wasn't from Chicago. Is Chicago, Michigan? Chicago, Michigan, right? Because he was from Detroit. And he was insane also, but he was insane in a different way. So I don't know. Maybe it's just men from Michigan that I'm scared of. Maybe that's just it. I'd keep that address on my ID forever. I was going to, but I went and I got a pew pew to protect myself, and I had to put my current address. So we need burner IDs, right? That's what it's giving. Hey, how are you and your son doing? Just joined. We're doing great. Thanks so much for asking. Oh, Chicago, Illinois. Look, blame it on the fact that I've gotten very little sleep in the last few days, because Jax has been waking up in the nighttime for some weird reason. I think he's just having like a growth spurt. So let's just blame it on that, okay? I knew it was Illinois. Not me saying Chicago, Michigan. But Chicago and Detroit are kind of close to each other, no? Leave them city slickers alone. City Slicker is hilarious. You are Love Island. Okay, Brian, shooting your shot in the chat. Okay. I think in another life I would have loved to be a what are they called? A matchmaker, like a professional matchmaker. It's close about 4. Okay, so maybe I was just thinking of like where they're located. It's okay, guys. Cut me some slack, please. You're supposed to be watching that in cleaning. I need you to be my friend in real life because you are holding me accountable. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Come to Canada next time. I've been to Montreal. Montreal had some of the best food I've ever had, and I've traveled a lot. I love the food in Montreal. I was actually going to be in Toronto this week, but I don't remember the reason why we just decided Chicago instead. But I'm definitely going to go to Toronto at some point this summer because I've never been. I've just been dying to go. But you're entertaining me while I'm researching. So you're using me? I thought we were friends. Love Montreal. Yes, I love it. Dubai, girl. Okay, so this trip that I just took to French Polynesia when I was in Tahiti and Bora Bora, originally I was supposed to be in Thailand and Bali, and it was just like, God didn't want me to go. That's really the best way I can put it. But then I was going to go to Dubai because that's also been on my list for forever. But then I was looking up the weather in Dubai for, what was that, June? Was it June when I went or July? June going into July. I could not. Yeah, sure, she is using you. Hey. Not too much on my friend Brian. I was waiting on you to start your task, but I love your stories. We're all just like a toxic friend group right now. I'm the annoying one that can never stop procrastinating. You guys are trying to help me, but you're enabling me by mistake. Make sure to check out Banff. How do you say that? Banff? Burning. Yeah, the heat is crazy. 41 degrees plus. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'm sure it's crazy. Probably like 100 degrees. I'm in Abu Dhabi. How close is Abu Dhabi to Dubai? Wait, is Abu Dhabi... No, because Dubai is a city, right? My geography is not that good, as you can see. You, hi, Evelyn, me to go to sleep, had to work in the morning. I'm doing what? It's a city, okay, yeah. I want to go to Dubai with, Dubai's a city. Michael, what are you doing in here? Ariana, what are you doing here? How long have you been in here? Not that being your only contribution to the chat. Why do I find that funny? Abu Dhabi is next to Dubai. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. See, you learn something new every day. I had no clue. Okay. So low key, when I go to Dubai, I should go to Abu Dhabi as well. Woke up early. The convo been entered. Oh, okay. That is too funny. Shanghai is my favorite city. You should definitely put China on your list. It is on my list. It's just I've been trying to make my way through the list slowly but surely. So this year I've done Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. I did Peru, French Polynesia, St. Thomas. I feel like there was another island, but I can't think of it right now. Started off in Jamaica. So I feel like I'm making my way through, but I just have to start going now to like the further places because the furthest place I have been is Spain. So I haven't ever been to Asia, which is why I was trying to do the Thailand trip, but that just didn't work out. So yeah, there's plenty more that I still have to make my way to. China could be a business expense. Girl, all my travel is business expenses. I love America. Paris. Yes, I want to go to Paris as well. I was just talking to someone today and they were telling me that the food in Italy is so delicious. And I'm like, I know it's much more fresh than what we have in the US, but if it's anything like Spain, these people don't be seasoning their food, honey. It's good because it's fresh. But the way I was dying for some Old Bay or some red pepper flakes or something, honey, I said no. It's like they season with everything but salt and pepper. Like, y'all cannot be serious. How was your trip to Jamaica? It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I went during New Year's, so it was obviously a different vibe, but I met someone while I was there. Guys, I'm telling you, one thing about me, I'm gonna have a vacation boyfriend, okay? Every time. So I met my little vacation boo, and he took me to a couple places out there. The problem with him is he was just trying to be too serious. Like, we are in Jamaica for New Year. Like, why are you trying to be cuffed up? Why are you trying to make plans for after? Like, just chill. Get over here. Let's dance. Let's dance. Dun, dun, dun. Like, that's what I was giving. Meanwhile, he's like planning a future with babies, and I'm just here like, you're definitely my type of friend. Ayy. I want to take a trip to Japan. They have some great views and culture. Yeah, Japan is definitely like a dream destination. It's so, I feel like there's just so much to see when you're there, you know? Great food, super clean, from what I hear. One of my best friend has been to Japan and she loved it, so. That's how all Jamaican men are, I heard. Girl, he was so cuffy. But he lives in Atlanta, so I'm like, but he was Jamaican, but it's like, you don't live in Jamaica. Like, why are you doing this? Oh my goodness. Okay. It's time to do what I gotta do. I don't want to do it. I don't. I wish I could go to sleep while somebody cleans the house and packs my stuff. That's what I want. Go ahead and pack. Dang, not you telling me to go. That wasn't the right answer. You're supposed to be like, no, don't go. Let's chat. Let's talk. What's up? What's going on? That's what you were supposed to say. Let me see who all's in here right now, because I've literally been talking about nothing and you guys are just vibing with me. Okay, period, friends. All right, it's time to go. Enough is enough. Brian, I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't even see these requests. Oh, change now that she got it back. Hey, not too much. Oh, baby, don't go. Okay, I won't go if you join and you sing, please don't go, please don't go. Oh, you call on the numbers I had in my car. Call all the ones I had marked with a star. Oh, I'm racing over to plead my case. Oh, she opened the door and started in my face. Tell me why we always do it wrong. Y'all know the one. How come we can't keep it home? How come it always ends like this? Even though we know that. What's that song? It's called Please Don't Go, no? Wow, why did I think that's Tyrese? That's definitely Tank. Okay. First of all, keeping the numbers in the car is crazy. Like, you deserve to be caught. That's all I gotta say. Please consider hiring me as your dedicated traveling butler. I pack and clean. Pete, don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Come Maui, Hawaii. Child, Maui is where I got pregnant, okay? I don't need to come back to Maui. You can sing. I can't, but thank you for lying. I appreciate that. I'm racing over to plead my case. She saw it was me and slammed the door. See, I need the music to remember the words. How come we always do it wrong? How come we can't keep it home? How come it always ends like this? It ain't worth, it ain't worth seeing you cry. It ain't worth. That's why I'm right here begging you, please don't go. You wouldn't have to beg me to not go if you weren't fucking around getting numbers from all these girls who you had in your car. I don't feel bad for you. Please don't go. If he doesn't grovel like this, I don't want it. The hell could I have been thinking of? Loved you right when I had the chance. Yeah. For a better man. How come we always do it wrong? How come we can't keep it home? How come it always ends like this? You know that it ain't worth. Damn, they just don't make music like this anymore. I sound like my mom when I say that, but really, where is the R&B that they used to make like this? Where are the men that sing outside your window with a boombox? That's the type of love I want. Come to my house. Give me psycho. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not. Because I feel like in today's day and age, y'all be so nonchalant. Like, you don't care if I never talk to you again. I can't do it. I can't do it. I need my man chalant, okay? Chalant as hell. Yeah. Sing, sis. Guys, don't hype me up. He said, please don't go. This is the jam, right? They don't. This is my era. R&B slowed down when dudes stopped filming music videos in the rain to win their woman's heart back, right? I feel like the old music videos used to like tell a story. Now, I don't know. It doesn't, the storytelling is not the same. I feel the closest we've had to like real R&B music, truly, the sexy kind is Miguel, honestly. I can't think of another artist who like brings that 90s vibe. Right? I guess Daniel Caesar, but I heard we don't like him. That's why I'm right here, baby. Please don't go. Yes. I was so devastated when they canceled Lovers and Friends because it was all the music I grew up on. I was sick. It all makes sense now, right? I think Coco is giving us the old school flavor. Yeah, yeah. I don't think we have that much of a problem with the women. I feel like there's a lot of good R&B female artists, but for the men, not so much. It's a goddamn shame. Doing wrong. How come we can't keep at home? How come it always ends like this? Even though we know that it ain't worth, it ain't worth seeing cry. And that's why I'm right here begging you, please don't go. You have to play some Jodeci. Truly mean them. I think I've been conditioned to just give compliments frivolously. And that's not a bad thing per se, but I wanted to like be me saying something because I truly mean it, not just to like make the other person feel good. You know what I mean? So I have, as I've gotten older and matured, I'm like, you know what? Just because someone gives you a compliment doesn't mean you have to give them one back. You can do it when you actually mean it. So that's what I've been working on. So I say that to say I really mean that. Okay, we're gonna finish listening to this song and then I'm gonna go be responsible. I'll let and then I'm gonna go. This is the last one. This is what needs to scratch my brain. Yeah. What's your sign? Guess. What sign am I giving? I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry, work till you tired, have to provide, always be the rock for my fam, protect them by all means, the things that you need, baby. Our relationship is suffering, trying to give you what I never had. I say show me the way, I keep my feelings deep inside, I channel them with my pride. No, none of you have got it right. My son is a Taurus. My mom is a Taurus. I've dated a lot of Tauruses, but I'm not a Taurus. Thank God. No shade. Pisces. No, I'm not a Pisces. Gemini. No. Teach me, show me how to love. Show me the way to surrender my heart. And this on calendar. The festival remembers the prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his son. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Very interesting. How do you all celebrate? Aquarius? No, I'm not an Aquarius. About my past that I never tell to anyone else. Just keep it to myself. Girl, I know I like affection and expressing my feelings. Me a minute to come and admit this, but see, I'm really trying to change now. I want to show me how. I'm trying desperately, baby. Teach me. Dang, like, teach me how to love. I ain't gonna lie, relate. I went down a jagged edge rabbit hole the other day. They had me in a chokehold. I'm giving Leo energy. That's because I'm a Leo. Though I don't think I give Leo energy, but the person I went out with today said that I gave Leo energy. He literally guessed that I was a Leo. I was like, what love was but you, and I ain't never trust no one enough to let them tell me what to do. Show me how to really love me, baby. Teach me, please just show me. To let go of my girls, I'm serious about all that I say. Girl, I wanna love you with all of my heart. Baby, show me where to start. How to love. Ooh. Yes, you better sing, okay? Uh-huh. Teach me. No, my birthday's not in June. My sister's birthday's in June. Food and fireworks. That's really cool. I'm Christian though, okay. That's interesting. I might have heard you say that before. I might have. Teach me how to love you, baby. Girl, just teach me how to love you better. You know I wanna love you better, girl. Oh, yeah. Teach me how to love. The love. Yeah. Classic. Love it. Good evening. Ow. I'm never gonna get this stuff done, am I? Okay, let me actually move my body. Like, that's literally step number one. We have chores. Do we? Oh, Lordy. Okay. It's like, it's not even that bad. It's just that there's a lot to do. You know, like it's not that hard to do dishes, but it's not just dishes. It's like dishes, and then it's the laundry, and then it's the cleaning, and then it's the packing. It's just a long list of things. Nothing's stopping you from packing while vibing on live. Everything is stopping me. I'm so easily distracted. It's not gonna get done if I'm trying to like do it all at the same time. Your name, and maybe sometimes we can hook up, hang out, just chill. The music is making me sleepy. When people see this replay, they're gonna be like, what's going on? Okay. I'm gonna put Love Island on the TV. I'm gonna turn off the music because it's really putting me in a sleepy mood. I can't lie. The music got you up and cleaning? Okay, at least it's helping somebody. He said, get it sexy. Get it sexy. The boy you know this ass. Oh, Lordy. Wow, you still on live? I just checked in and saw you still on. Girl. Long story. And the story is that I'm lazy. That's literally it. Okay, enough is enough. TV's on. I'm up. I gotta get off of here so I can be productive, you guys. I will post when I go pick up my car from the dealership tomorrow. Maybe from the airport so you guys know I'm alive and well. If I'm alive and well. And then, yeah, I think this is it. I'm gonna have to watch the replay. Girl, if you're truly bored and you have nothing to do, then yeah. Because outside of that, you're not really gonna get much out of it. We've just been chit-chatting. And I feel so restricted in this outfit. I like to clean in like a big t-shirt. This ain't cleaning a tire. I need to go put on a Skims dress or something. This is not comfy. Okay. Everyone wish me luck. I need it. I'm waiting for my friends to tell me good luck. Tell me good luck. Get over here. Let's dance. Let's dance. G-Luck is insane. It's giving GN for good night. It's giving GM for good morning. If you can't spell it out, it's not gonna work. Have a safe trip. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Michael. Thanks, Alicia. I'm around. What's your name? Because I can't just call you I'm around. That's weird. Whatever the show is giving Tubi, but with white people. Buena suerte. Wait, buena suerte. You see the R? Buena suerte. Thank you. Best of luck. Thank you so much. I need more YouTube videos. I have this vlog. It's like 2 months old at this point. It's from when I went to Houston. It's such a good vlog too. I've just been so lazy to edit. I've edited like half of it, but I've been lazy. Maybe I should vlog my trip this week too. We'll see. It's just so hard to get content for all the different platforms. Like, if I'm gonna get good stuff for Reels and Instagram, then I have to film it vertically. But if I want it to be for YouTube, it has to be horizontal. It's just like too much. It's too much. I'm just a girl. Good luck. Thank you. The YouTube videos are fire, girl. Okay, I'm gonna try. I want to challenge myself to be more consistent this like second half of the year. So just need to get it together. We want to see. Okay, so you guys think I should still post the old vlog? Should I post the old vlog or should I record a new one? That's so true. Editing. I know. You do yoga on YouTube? Oh, I have to check out your channel. Can you send me a message on here so I can look at your oils and then I can also look at your YouTube? Yes, okay. I'll post it. It's pretty cute if I do say so myself. Okay. I think I got enough good lucks for me to go post all of it. Okay. Someone else told me to post it because they were like, I want another vlog. And I was like, I have one. I'm just too lazy. And she's like, edit it, post it. So I've just been procrastinating, but you're right. I should. Let's just post it. Enough is enough. Let's go. It's time to go. It's new to us. Okay, you're right. Okay, I need to roll down the I need to roll down the blinds. Because sometimes I'll just leave them, but it makes me feel like I'm in a fishbowl because there's so much glass, like so many windows in here. All right. I just sent you a message from my personal page and the brand page. Perfect. I will take a look. Okay, you guys, have an amazing week. I'll probably go live again when I come back. So I'll catch you guys up on the things, but I'm going to try my best to vlog so that there's some footage and some evidence and all of that. Do you get scared being home alone? I do sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But I have a security system and I've got neighbors that are always looking out for me. And I got a blicky in case somebody tries it. I'm scared to use it, but I will if I have to. So yeah, I do get scared sometimes, but I just try to like pray and then I'll just go in my room and I'll lock the door. And I brainwash myself into thinking that makes me safe. So yeah. I'm so happy I was able to catch you. Thanks for sharing your energy with us today. Of course. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the compliments. I appreciate that. That really made my day. I know that's right. I got one too. Okay. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Aw, thank you guys for being here. We gotta protect ourselves. Excuse me. Yeah, honestly, I feel like if I lived here by myself, I don't know if I would have one, but it's because of my son being here. I'm like, nah, you can run up on me, but you ain't gonna run up on my kid. So if you try it, I'm gonna do what I have to do. That's really the reason I have it. But yeah, it's crazy. You never know what someone's capable of. So it's good to at least be prepared in the worst case scenario. I hope I never have to use it, but I got it if I need it. Okay. Well, you guys have an amazing rest of your week. DM me if anything comes up. If you have a question or anything, just let me know. And that's all. I will now work on doing what I need to do. It's 11:57. Maybe some wine. Maybe that's a trap. Let me get off of here. Bye, you guys.